my coloring friends and mixed media artists. It is Mandy and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to do my first ever Temu haul. Temu is a newer website out that's like Wish and has relatively inexpensive items that come from China, and I decided to try out some of their art supplies. So the first thing I want us to look at is their watercolors. So I have some swatches here, but I will move the swatches as. So I have the Galaxy set. I have the Starry colors that I haven't swatched yet. I have just a plain standard. I picked up a vintage set. A portrait and a glittery 24 set of the ocean set. Trying to get the glare off of that clear plastic so you can see everything. So those are the sets that I picked up. As you can see, I've swatched some of them and I will show you the swatches here, but these are actually, I'm really impressed with these colors. They are great for landscapes and just everything that you've get in there. So I plan on using these in some of my adult coloring books and my own watercolor pieces or art journal. So those are those, and then the portrait. And they come in these nice little cases. The nice thing about them is you can put these in a palette because they are hat pans. So you can put them in a palette. The only thing is they don't have pigment information on them and stuff. Or you can store them in here. I plan on putting these all in a palette once I get a palette. Look at these shimmer. I don't have any shimmer or metallics. I thought this would be cool for accenting. And then this is just a regular standard set that you can use for color mixing and stuff. So, and these all come from the Dee Dupre's shop on. This is a 6 of a Starry Night, more shimmer. Like I said, I haven't swatched these out yet before this video, but potentially will swatch them out afterwards. But for the ones that I have, so this is the vintage ones, and as you can see there is quite a bit of shimmer in this particular set. And down below are just the portrait colors. That I've swatched. Very good for bases and for starting portraits. These happen to be the glittery ocean themed ones. There's not a lot of glitter that's picking up, but the nice thing about these, there's a lot of neutral tones in there that I would definitely use in a painting myself. Just to add, it just, like I said, there is some of a shimmer in some of them, but it's very subtle to kind of pick it up. So hopefully. Hang on just a second, guys. I accidentally left my fan on. Got a little warm in my room, so hopefully the noise is not too much. And then here are the swatches for the 12. I will definitely say these paints are extremely pigmented. Yes, they are a budget paint, but when you're working in like adult coloring books or art journals, you necessarily don't really need a high, and it's a little washi tape, I was just playing around. Higher quality, if you're just, you know, doodling and testing things out. Now, if you were going to sell your art journal as like a junk journal or whatnot, playing around, then I would work on having more archival supplies on hand. So that's if you'd like to see me review these, I can certainly do a review. Just leave me a comment down below and I will review them to the best of my knowledge. I'm not the perfect reviewer out there. But I can, you know, do a video where we're playing around with these watercolors for you. So, I'm gonna leave this open because we're gonna test some other supplies. So, hang on a second here. So the next thing I got off of Temu was paint pens. I have one right over here. It's a water-based pigment ink, quick drying, bright color, strong coverage, acrylic marker. You do have to shake it and pump it, but let's take a look at the nib. So the nib is a lot smaller of like a narrow Posca pen. So to add highlights in your coloring book pages, so you pick them up, you get 3 of them in a pack, which really cheap, which is nice, for like almost $1, where if you were gonna buy a Posca, you'd be paying more for just 3 of them. So the next thing I found on Temu is more for ink blending. These are the dupes for the Tim Holtz ink blender, scrapbook.com, foam rounds and knob. So I got an ink blender to work with my distress inks that it comes out, and you can get replacements with it, and they give you about 10 of them for that was like $2 or $3, where if you were to buy this amount on Amazon under those name brands, you'd be paying double. And not only that, you also can get you can get the dome ones, which are even more expensive on Amazon to work with distress inks and doing backgrounds in the coloring books and working in my art journals. So I got those. And then I saw these, which they're technically a concealer makeup brush, and I got about 5 of them. I have one out of the packaging. It's got the dome foam thing, and I'm not exactly sure how well these work, minus all the cat hair on top of it. So let's give it a try, because I've never tried it out. I've got some distress ink, so let's pull some inks out here. And I've got this texture paste down, and let's put some ink on it and see how it goes. Oh, we got some. Ooh. Let me see here. I got some other inks in here. Let's see if I got any oranges. Ooh, I got barn door. No, that's red. I want an orange. That's warm lipstick. Don't. Spice marmalade. Let's see. And then we've got wild honey. Okay. So I've got some distress inks. And I've also got some yellows here. So let's try some out. See how these work. So I'm just going to dab the ink on here. Good amount of ink. And then go in and put this all over my texture paste. So essentially, so if you didn't have the domes, you could potentially use these little makeup concealer applicators. And then blend it out. Let's get some orange in there. That was scattered straw. Let's do some spice marmalade. Oh, there's a pad. So let's try out this too. I'm a little new to the ink blending stuff. Hopefully you can see it all pop up here. Let's switch out a color and try to get some of this rusty hinge. See if we can make a interesting background with this. I'll get some water too to kind of distress it a little bit. So I'm just kind of Interesting. Maybe this will end up becoming some sort of page based on light. And now distress inks are water reactive, so we're gonna try to make these look a little bit grungy. So we've got let's see here. Oh, my spray bottle. So let's see how we can get it to react. And we are going to take a paper towel. I think I have one. Oh, yes I do. I have a cotton round. Let's see how we can get some grunginess out of this. You know, we've got that water building up in there. We don't want it to saturate too much during the paper, but let's soak some up and see kind of what kind of a interesting grungy background we're gonna get. So, by just taking this cotton round, into here. I don't want the paper to pill too much, so you gotta be careful. That's why we're dabbing water up. And there's another piece of artwork on the other side of this sketchbook, so we don't want to ruin that. But look what we've got, guys. An interesting fiery texture paste background that we can come back in and stencil over some more, add more layers to it, but we have a wonderful start to a background. Okay. So, kind of clean up my mess a little bit here, move some stuff to the side so I can continue showing you things. So bear with me. Oops. So I hope you're all having a wonderful summer, as I am. It's been pretty hot here in Wisconsin, in the northern part, so it's been a little uncomfortable for me, but I'm surviving. Now the nice thing about these, you can save them so you don't have to mix them with different colors. So you can save the ends, and you can also clean the tops off of these. So set that in front and push that aside. Go on to our next stuff that I found. I have a boatload of stencils that I picked up off of Temu, really cheap. Now, I love stencils. I love Tim Holtz's brand. I love Dina Wakley. and stuff, but their stencils for art journaling and background making can get quite pricey. So Temu, I got most of these stencils. This stencil pack I got for like $7, and it came with, it's a 6x6, all different patterns, which is kind of hard to see the different patterns, for like I said, $8, which is really great to make backgrounds. You can use this in card making. This one would be fun for like a mermaid background. There's mermaid scales in here, which is on the back. It came with a nice little ring to help keep everything organized for you in your storage, however your storage system is for your stencils. Keep them all together, easy clean up, and put them all back together. They also had a lot of, can I use the background of this so you can see the designs? A lot of these 5x7 stencils that you can use in coloring book pages, store them. You can use them for gel printing, art journaling, card making, all kinds of things. So this one's a flower one. So I have, and I got these all for like $1 a piece compared to $9 a stencil. So there's this one. I kind of try to go through these really quick. And if you need links or anything, just reach out to me in the comments and I will direct you to the right links. It's hard to put everything in the description, but I can find them and send them to you. This one is a puzzle piece, which I really enjoyed this stencil because of my nephews and for autism awareness. So I thought this was really cool. There's this. Lots of different patterns and textures and backgrounds, which is really nice. And like I said, I got these relatively. Some of the Mylar hasn't come out yet, but you can just knock that out really easy. So this is supposed to be like a burlap or background. These were just random words and letters all over, which that might be good over there. Different patterns. Circles. So lots of fun things that you'll be seeing. This is just a diagonal shape. I haven't opened those yet. Another one of those. Here, I can take that out so you can actually see the whole design. Don't mind the actual, there you go. There's this one. It's like a splatter. Star pattern. Never can go wrong with a star pattern. This is a 6x6. I'll take this one out too. This one's really cool. You can use it in your planners. This one's just a bunch of random letters. And this is kind of the same thing, but it's a typewriter. So So those are all the stencils that I picked up from Temu. Now, there were also some pretty cool stamp sets, but you need to be careful with the stamp sets because some of the stamp sets can be dupes of other stuff. So I would just be careful, making sure that you're not buying something that... So this particular stamp set is for color swatching in my art journal. Thought that would be a fun way instead of drawing this all the time with color swatching. Same thing with these Post-its, notes, as a way of doing some more journaling into in the art journal, along with, you know, the fun stuff of the paintbrushes, journaling, little palettes and stuff. So, and there's this one. Now, not everything is written in English in the words. So that's the other thing, is it may not always be written in English. So just so you're aware. This is paintbrushes. You color my world, and then sometimes all you need is a little splash of color. Love is my favorite color, which I thought that these were really cute. And for my postcards, this is the one I'm a little nervous on because I've recognized some of these designs, and I'm hoping that this is not a copycat of Temuhaul's stamp set. But like I said, I make artist journal postcards and I just wanted the words. So, but I was able to pick it up really cheap there. So those are the stamp sets that I got from my art journal. Now, some fun stuff. So I will be doing reviews on these. These are acrylic painter dual brush pens. There's 24 colors in this set. These are a dual pen tip design, used acrylic based ink, and the colors are bright and have great opacity, suitable for most surfaces. So these are a lot like the Artix markers. And they're made for, they have a brush and a fine tip. I'll pull them out here. We can do some swatching of these. Quick, we'll swatch a few colors. They're water-based ink, but they are permanent, so they are basically an acrylic ink put into a marker form. So I'll get my sketchbook back over here so we can swatch a few and just kind of show you what they look like. So let's see, what are my favorites? Let's see, let's do a purple. Let's do this one. Maybe some pinks. So we're gonna do a blue. So they come with a brush nib and a fine point nib. So, and they are pretty, they go on smooth, they dry really quick. You can layer with them a little bit. I have done that where I've had to layer. I am right now testing them on an Amazon paper adult coloring book, and I can show you that in a minute here. They're definitely very opaque. And I will do some more testing too of these. I did order the Artix markers for the review process so that I can review it to compare the two. Because I'm looking at using these in my Disney color by number books along with large spaces. So one other thing we're going to test, I will be move over here quick. I'm going to get some pencils here to try out. We're going to test, since we're here, we're going to test how well a colored pencil goes over top. So I am going to do a gray over the, and I'm also going to do, I'm going to pull out a white. So I'm pulling out my Artilicious pencils to see how well. Just a second, I'm going to color. Oops, sorry for the shakiness. So I'm going to bring it down so you can actually see what I'm doing. So I'll pull this down into view a little bit more. So I have a white for the darker colors and I have a gray pencil for the lighter. So wow. So the nice thing about it is pencil will go over top. So let's go over to the darker with the white. You can see the white lightening up the purple and the blue. Let's see here. This is more of a, that pink is kind of, oops, my fault, I broke the tip. So, for testing purposes, you can go over with colored pencil. So, and the white is kind of hard to see, but there is some subtle changes where the white was colored on, of a lightening into the blue and to the purple. You can see that if I get it close enough to the light. So, those are the acrylic ink markers from Temu. Let's see, I'm gonna put them in this case here. I had too much stuff on my desk, guys. Trying to show you everything and trying to make the video a little bit more interesting. I know it's been a while since I filmed, but I'm getting there. Getting back there. So, now the last thing I bought is, these are from Giorgione. These are acrylic markers based on a water-based ink. Same concept, but a different nib. This is more of a bullet nib. You don't have to shake these. These are permanent like the Posca pens. And you can also use them on surfaces. And they come in this really nice case. The downside of these, though, they do not have color names on them or colored numbers, but you can number them 1 to 48 and number them. So let's do some other colors that we haven't done before. Let's see, we'll do a yellow, maybe a brown, a green. Let's see, something a little bit different here to test these out and swatch them out and play with them. So the nibs are like that. They are fully ready to go. They're almost like a regular, you can put the cap on, make a regular marker. So we're gonna go down and just make our swatches. So we got yellow. Hopefully you can see that better. I mean, might have to do something in editing. We have a green. So they're ready to go right out of the marker barrel. You don't have to shake them like a Posca. They're quick drying. They're opaque. Definitely opaque, I will have to say that. So, this bigger set was like $20 off of the top of my head. But if you're looking for a more accurate price, I can look it up for you. These are fast drying. Definitely good for like large spaces to save your hand. And then we will also test if colored pencils goes over top too. These. Just give me a second here. Do the same test with the colored pencils. So, and they're a little bit sticky yet, but that one is. Let's see. Okay, the last two are sticky. Kind of clear that up. So, but we can try the white over the yellow here. You can see the yellow kind of changing a little bit, but let's try the gray. Okay, you definitely can see the gray going over, and they still keep breaking the tip. So colored pencil does go over it, but I would, like I said, you would use these for big spaces. Let's see over here. You can put the gray. Now these are kind of like a wax based. Okay, you definitely can see white on top. Blendability would be hard. Like, I would say use these for like your highlights or your Disney books. But okay, you do see it change with the white. So that would be, like I said, you can shade with pencil over top. You can even see my fingerprint pop up. So hopefully you can see that well. If not, so there's that test. So color pencil does go over. So, well guys, that is all that I have for my Temu haul for this time around. I look forward to seeing me use some of this stuff in color longs and completed pages. I will let you know how things are, and like I said, I will be doing a more extensive review on these acrylic markers for you all, because I don't think a lot of people on YouTube have, and then let you know what my thoughts are in a later video. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I will see you on my next video. Just remember, you are loved and cared for by me, and I appreciate for you continuing to subscribe to the channel on a daily basis and watching the videos. And I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all soon, my lovelies. Bye!